Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I think today is Tuesday, March 31st,
It
the
is.
last March of 2026 at 3:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am so discombobulated. I was sound asleep, the baby and I. We were gone, 3 sheets to the wind, as they say. My daughter-in-law calls. I spring up. I'm like, what the heck? I go in. I had to wake him up. I'm talking to him. I'm saying, "Oh yeah, there." I heard the door open. I'm like, "Yeah, there's my mom. My mom's here. My mom's here. My mom's." Only to turn around to see that it's my son, and I scream at the top of my.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I scream like I'm some idiot, because it's him instead of her, and I didn't expect him. He's like, "Oh, I got done with my." He thought it was funny as all hell,
I
scaring the
find it
crap out of
funny when you scream randomly because someone comes
me.
up behind you.
No, it is the most random miss of things. I haven't eaten. I am just got a Coke right this second, so I
My
am just.
daughter's refilling my bottle for me.
He went down at about 10, and I made it till 1 o'clock, and I guess that was much needed, but I am like not with it.
Hmm. I understand that. I'm recovering from yesterday, road
Right,
trip and everything, but I managed to get all my next appointments that needed to be taken care of and a new primary care doctor. Turns out the one that goes through our local hospital does take my insurance. Thank you, God. Got that scheduled. I see them April 13th. That's the soonest they could get me in.
that's better.
Rheumatology got bumped to May 27th. And yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah, and it's not too far off. I mean, it is tomorrow is April 1st.
Well, and I told them, if I have any issues before then about my blood work or I start feeling dehydrated or weird, I'll just go to the ER and get it
Right,
squared away. And they're like, yep, that's
right.
fine. Understandably. And again, because new patients take so long and because everybody's on vacation for spring break this coming week, the first week of April, they can't do anything about it. And I'm like, it's okay. I absolutely know the signs and warnings. And the rheumatology appointment got changed because the doctor said so. Okay, he doesn't want them so late in the day. Got it. I've had doctors like that before too. No worries.
Yeah, I've had that happen many a time. You make an appointment, leave, and I think I was drooling on myself.
Oh,
I was, I was drooling on myself.
that
Yes, I was.
happens.
Uh huh.
Yep. I'm
Oh
notorious for
man.
that kind of stuff too. Don't feel bad.
Oh, yes, I was. All over the corner of my shirt. Unless that was him wiping his face on me, which I don't know. It could be one or the other. Oh, goodness gracious.
I hear you.
Wake the hell up, girl.
It's one of those days, right?
Yeah, I could go right back to sleep. I'm telling you, I have the heater on finally, so it's fine. I'm warm. I had the blanket covering me, that nice Sherpa blanket, all
Mm-hmm.
cozy. My son says, "What do you do to him, Mom? Drug him?" I'm like, "No, I don't drug him." I said he has a choice. He can either sleep or he has to put up with me. And I think he goes, I don't think I want to deal with her today. I think I'm going to take a long nap.
Oh, that
Anyway,
happens. And enjoy that
yep,
time. I mean, seriously,
yeah,
enjoy that time.
yep, because that won't last forever. I'll tell you that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yep. Okay. What do we want to? So today is okay. So you have till tomorrow to sign up in the Discord whether or not you would like to register to win one of two $10 gift cards to Amazon. In order to do so, you'll need to join Discord, and you'll see the Discord link pop through the chat every now and then. So just click on there. It'll take you directly up to the channel that asks you whether or not you want to sign up. All you need to do is do so. Tomorrow will be the last day that the information is up in the channel, as we were limited in the amount of time we could offer the gift card. The drawing will be held on our 1 year anniversary, which is Monday, April the 8th, which is so hard to believe that we're coming up on a year.
Yeah, that fast.
It really went by. I don't even want to say it dragged at all, really, because it didn't.
No, it went by pretty quick. I gotta give it that.
Yeah, it did go by fast. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, and set your notifications. As you know, Monday and Wednesday we're live from 7 to 9. And Wednesdays and Thursdays we're live from 3 to 5 p.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
We share all our information that we have presented in the lives. The links are always listed below. You'll also see us go do live research on air if there's something
worth digging into.
Yes. We both do that. And what do you want to add to that, Crazy Bee?
Not much, really. We're just today's a digging through the vault day. So yes, we're kind of just, having some fun with this today and catching up before the new year of, our 1 year anniversary. So trying to get everything together.
Yeah, we have a lot of content that we've created. Some of it we have yet to finish. For example, our whole China series that we did, we have way more to go with that. Yeah, we still have a lot to do with that. We
do random deep dives into politicians and judges as they pop up.
Yes. Yeah. Or anybody that we think is of interest.
Mm-hmm.
So we will do deep dives on various information. We try to, when we present information, we look at both left, right, and center information. We try to have a minimum of 2 sources. Our preference is at least 3. That makes it a confirmation. But when we present information to you, we don't say, this is from a left-leaning organization, this is from the right, this is from center. You guys need to be able to use your own critical thinking skills in what we present, and we don't have a problem with you saying, oh, you two are full of shit, or, oh, you two, we need to find more info. Do your own research. What we say isn't carte blanche. I mean, there's stuff that we find from, maybe something we did a couple months ago, and we go, oh, yeah, that goes with this, and, or there's an update to something that we didn't know. So we're not the be-all, end-all, but I'd like to think that what we give you, we are very well balanced. Yes, no, Crazy Bee?
Yeah, sorry, I'm congested really bad and getting back on my nebulizer. Ever since we fogged the house, the dust and stuff that we've kicked up has been a nightmare on my lungs. I was just looking for my albuterol. I apologize. I was listening, but also looking for my lungs.
Why did you look for your lungs? Where else could they possibly be?
But yes, we absolutely try to just present information. It's up to you what you do with it, whether you take it at face value or dig deeper. we can only do so much. We are just a two-person team. We are not experts in any one thing. We've kind of got experience all around on stuff. But yeah, we're just presenting what we can find at the best and most likely trusted sources we can get.
Right. Yeah, we don't use, well, we will use them to maybe be a springboard. Things
Mhm.
like Inquirer or the Huffington Post
Yeah, the
or
Huffington Post gets
what are,
on my nerves with their stupidity.
yeah, or Reddit. What are some other sites,
We
Crazy
commonly
B?
use X and YouTube and sometimes Instagram, a lot of news sites. I don't think, have we used Reddit already? I don't think we've used Reddit. I don't
No,
trust
we
Reddit
don't really
because it's
use,
a fucking
yeah, we don't,
insane cesspool
yeah, we,
of destruction.
right,
Jazz, honey, can you break the boxes down in the living room, not in here? Thank you.
yeah. Even Facebook,
Yeah.
again, things that we get information on, even up on X or Truth Social, or even what's it, Sky Blue? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. We will take that, and again, we don't look at it and just say this is it. We go and we look and we dig
Compare at other
deeper. So
sources. Yeah.
yeah, so we try to present, an even keel on it.
And we do point out
Some,
mistakes in these things. Like that one freaking video. Oh, there's no women at this Islamic gathering. What the fuck? Have you seen this corner of your video footage? I use
yeah,
that
that
as an
was pretty
example.
funny.
Again, right people trying to sow disinformation about Muslims, and it's right there.
Mhm.
Yes, women can go to these gatherings, but they are segregated to the back, not mixed
Mhm.
in with the men like you will see at a Christian church or a Catholic church. So, yeah. And the left and their constant disinformation. We have fun
Yeah.
with that, calling it out as we see it.
Yes. So we try to do what we can. As Crazy B said, we're a two-woman disabled women team. So that's why you'll get to see us
And
sick
that's
on air.
also why we're
Yeah.
sometimes behind on the news. We're just digging deeper
Yeah.
into it, waiting to present where we have as much as we can get. Other times it's something that's more pressing and we talk about it right away and we'll dig into it later.
Right. And so I guess also too, we should say clearly, I mean, you'll hear us talk. We discuss financial, medical, social, all types of things, but all of the views that we talk about, they are the express opinions of they're our own views, our own experiences, our own, what else do you want to add to that, Crazy B?
Just
It's
our
us,
own as we're learning as we go. We're learning
right,
too sometimes.
right. There's things that we present that we haven't even heard of or we haven't seen before, and we admit that.
Mm-hmm. I've never heard of this.
We're
What the
not the
hell?
be all. Yeah, exactly. We're not the be all end all, and so we don't want anybody to think, especially YouTube, that what we say or do is carte blanche, because it's
Yep.
not. If
And
it
we're, like
was,
I
we'd
said,
be
researching as we go.
right. Because if it was, we'd be running the country, right, Crazy B?
And it would probably be a much better place. Oh, sorry. Did I say
Uh-huh.
that?
I don't know if you said that out loud or not.
Oh, okay. All right. Telepathic skills upgraded. Sorry.
There you go. So
Referencing my gaming stuff.
the plan, yeah, the plan for the rest of the week is to just clean out the vault, as we say, with various topics in no particular order, rhyme nor reason. And at this point, we might not even know why we pulled it at the time or what we're even talking about.
Well, there's some interesting stuff we still haven't covered. Like, and it's on for today is the Dan Crenshaw potential insider trading. And as I was getting ready to pull all the links and stuff, I had a YouTube going. Evidently, Eric Swalwell's being investigated deeply by the FBI.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is.
Really,
I
he's not a
saw
happy
that.
character about that one. He's pissed.
Yeah, they're pulling him for, I guess, a little fang stuff again.
And turns out Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have reported him for mortgage fraud.
Yes, because where does he say is it New Jersey? He says is his primary residence, but it really
can't
is
remember.
California.
He's out of California. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But I think
he's senator or no representative for California, and supposedly puts his primary as New Jersey or something on the East Coast, which to a degree makes sense because he needs to be near DC. Not that he actually shows up for everything, but
right,
it still ain't right.
Yeah, so we'll probably have that going towards next week.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit going on.
Yeah, we keep saying next week for everything because we just can't keep up. I mean, who do you know? Which two co-hosts do you know that can take one X post and make it a whole day? So,
not many. Most are 10 to 15 minute, maybe 20-minute coverage. We're breaking it down even further and making fun of it. And then we also go on to some side tangents about life history, our personal stories that somehow tie in or tied into something else that was tied in. We're good about that.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And it makes it fun.
Yes, it does. Okay, I'm still not awake, though. Just so you know.
I feel you. I have an ice pack on my ass, and I'm achy as all hell. But spending almost 6 hours in a vehicle yesterday will do that to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
6 hours all in total.
All cramped up.
Yeah,
especially when it's not a comfortable vehicle. That's
it's again the Escalade broke down. Otherwise, we would have taken that. But since we had to pick and choose between comfort of a minivan, which I still have a hard time getting it out of, as bad as a sedan, but the sedan getting 34 miles to the gallon. Yeah, we picked the sedan. It was uncomfortable for my back, but we saved a fuck ton on gas mileage. Went through it in just one tank of gas to go there and back. I can't complain.
Wow. No, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah. I can't complain about that.
I just got a let me send this over to you, Crazy Bee. This hit as a breaking news article.
Okay.
We can
see she's researching as we're talking.
Well, I just picked it. My phone went ding and I picked up the phone and there it was. So this is what we do. Both of us have stuff. We'll be talking to one another and we get a ding and we'll go, uh-oh.
Well, that's how we found out about Charlie Kirk's being shot just before going live. And we ended up doing a 3-hour video on that, I believe it was.
Mom, yes, we did.
Hey, look what I found.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you found the Turk wrench. Okay, but I'm live. Can you...
Nice to meet you live.
Can you please take this elsewhere?
No.
Okay, let me pull this up. Go clean somewhere else for right now. I need indoor quietness in here.
Yeah, I actually was sending Eric a message that I'm live and not to call.
Fudge it up. Okay, proceed to story. Hold on. I'm glad I'm not showing this because I got to log us in really quick. No, that's the wrong email. Hold on. I have it. Don't bother reading it out loud. I'm going to go pull it from the Word document.
Okay.
Yes, I got to log into something.
Yeah, it's just D.
I know. I've got it over here.
Gotcha.
That way, we're not having issues. There we are.
Oh, I got an okay call from the spouse.
That's always a good plus.
Uh-huh.
Come on. There we go. Got it. We're logged in. No more headache.
There we go.
This is why I don't have it showing yet to the audience.
Right. Right.
So let's cover this and drop it into
Okay.
the description.
Right. So this is, I'm telling you, I am getting so agitated now. I don't even have a picture. While you're doing that, Crazy Bee, let me see. I don't recognize the judge's name. Do you?
Not sure, but I wonder what law he's using to justify blocking Trump's order. Because there's got to be something we're missing. We'll have to see.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get him real quick. So this is a case of where we're doing research. Well, of course. Jeez, help us. Okay, I got his Wikipedia, and I'm gonna shoot this over to you right away too.
Okay.
And one of the things that we're doing, and we don't care who it is. Yesterday, we actually saw a judge that was appointed by Reagan,
Yes.
I believe. Yeah.
She
Yeah,
does
she's
not need to be
90.
back on the bench.
Yes, ma'am. She's 98 years old. Once her off that. Okay.
Yeah, she don't belong on the bench at 98. Sorry. I love people and I respect people, but retire already.
And I'm just tired of everything that Trump does. He gets thrown a roadblock. Okay? So this judge, he blocks Trump's executive order to end funding for National Public Radio and Public Broadcasting Service. On Tuesday, U.S. District Judge Randolph Moss permanently blocked President Donald Trump's executive order that prohibited federal agencies from funding National Public Radio and the Public Broadcasting Service. Trump ordered the funding claiming both entities provide biased coverage, while NPR and PBS challenged the directive as a violation of their First Amendment rights. Moss wrote that the government cannot punish disfavored private speech, ruling the executive order unconstitutionally singles out speakers based on viewpoints the administration does not like. Although the ruling blocks the executive order, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting previously initiated steps to dissolve after Congress rescinded federal funding last year. Public media remains in a precarious position as the court's decision protects outlets from viewpoint-based retaliation, while questions persist regarding the long-term future of federal grants.
That's right.
You know,
Congress did cut them off, but that was Congress, not an order from the president. And that's different. That is completely different than violating speech versus being a propaganda tool. And we're not supposed to support propaganda.
So if you still want to stay in business, you don't need our money.
You can dislike what the president say. You can even say what you don't like about him. That is free speech. But the federal government is limited on how much money they can spend when they got to line their pockets. So they're going to cut you guys off to line their pockets or something else. But no, like again, Fox News does not always speak highly of President Trump, even though it's rare. But I don't think we should be funding any news networks, in my personal opinion. No radio, no news, no federal funding to any of that stuff. My personal opinion. Public broadcasting is predominantly supported by viewer donations, like PBS. If you always remember at the end of Sesame Street, it was brought to you by this foundation and that foundation. Okay. Get some more foundations then, because the government's not responsible for it. All they're responsible for is the Emergency Broadcasting Network.
Right. And I was going to say, we discussed this a while back. I wanted to say a couple months ago that it was initially set up basically for the rural areas, correct?
Yes.
For them to have emergency services.
And now that we have
So
internet and stuff, even to the most rural regions, there's no reason for federal government to fund it. My personal opinion.
I agree. We spend a lot of money on it. I mean, the Sesame Street, and I told you, I could not stand it when my children were growing up. When my grandson was born, I don't know what happened, but I fell in love with it. But
And
I
it's
fell
still
in love
not
with
the same one.
The old school Sesame Street, not the new school that talks about DEI stuff, and I see a man in a tutu with 2 coconuts on it covering his boobs. I don't want to see that crap.
It's supposed to teach numbers, alphabets, coping, and problem solving.
Correct.
Not gender ideology and bullshit like that.
Correct. And they had taken it over the top.
Yes.
So I don't want to see taxpayer dollars funding that type of stuff.
Well, I don't think we should have been funding it since early 2000s. There has been no need for us to be funding these areas. Home internet was easy and affordable. You don't need it.
Crazy B, you keep breaking in and out a little
Yeah,
bit.
I was leaning over and trying to find something that I dropped. I apologize.
Okay. You're good.
Yeah. It's just me dropping things and hurting bad, so I apologize.
You don't have to apologize. I didn't know if it was a mic issue or what.
Nope, me trying to find shit.
Oh.
But yeah, we've not needed to fund them for a long time.
You know, especially, and let's be in all seriousness, NPR and PBS lean to the left. They are not center. They are not right. They lean left.
Here's my thing. It's okay. Let's think about this. They have freedom of speech. They don't have freedom of federal funding for their speech. We don't get federal funding for our free speech.
No, we don't.
So why do they?
We don't get any funding for our what we've been doing.
You all have freedom of speech. Every news network has freedom of speech, but we don't get the freedom for federal funding. Sorry, it don't work that way. And that's my final way to put it. I mean, like, there is no need for the government to federally fund anything. You know what? They want funding so bad. Why don't they go to those No Kings rally funders? How many? Like 30 million in funding? Yeah. There we go.
Yep. Everybody pitch in a couple of bucks. They'll get their money.
I haven't watched PBS in probably 20 years. Close to 20 years.
I never listened to NPR ever.
Other than what we have to pull for covering this, we don't watch it or listen to it. So why are my tax dollars funding it?
Right.
And I don't think I know too many people who do. PBS is for the kids, and no one else watches anything from there.
Right.
I mean, except maybe some late night people.
Yeah. I don't get it. So we'll look at the story and see if there's anything worth bringing forward next week on it. But it's very, again, you know, Trump's trying to do something. Where are his executive powers? Where is his ability to make decisions?
Well, his executive power means pooped right now because Congress already defunded them. So why even take this to court? Congress already did it. Congress put it into law. You're no longer getting funded.
But again, it's another roadblock that stops things from getting done. It
didn't stop anything from getting done. It's already been done. That's what I don't get. This judge And this ruling actually means jack shit because Congress decided on it, not Trump. So this lawsuit was absolutely useless.
And how does the comment, okay, it says that he permanently, in the first sentence today, he permanently blocked.
That means any future presidents aren't going to be able to do this. But it's already been done. So what does this mean? He's overriding Congress?
I don't know. We're going to have to dig into that. We'll go ahead.
I wanted to say hi to Seb's mom. She's in the chat. And she says, do nothing. Congress needs to codify all of Trump's executive orders in order to end the other side. Yeah. Will just eliminate Trump's executive orders. Yes. And again, I don't see what this judge is blocking or thinks he's doing because Congress already said no more funding. You guys aren't worth funding.
Right. And Seb's mom, you're absolutely correct. Congress has been and we've talked about that repeatedly. Congress has done jack shit. Everything that Trump has put out since he's gone into office, all of his executive orders, they now, I believe, are in the hundreds. Congress has not codified, I think, except for a couple.
Well, they do have to make sure it is constitutionally binding before they can do anything. And then others drag that out.
But still, we haven't heard jack shit. Nothing's been brought on the floor. Look at the SAVE Act. Okay, that's a good example. Mike Johnson,
and that's not even from Trump.
Bring it forward. Yeah, I don't want to bring it forward. Johnson finally gets up off his ass. Oh yeah, we'll do it. We'll take care of it soon. What the? Oh, I can't stand them.
No better than Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. How is it that the Dems can do something, pick it up, all the verbiage, all the wording, all the coverage is the exact same, and they all vote on it lockstep. No dissenting views.
Okay.
None.
I have a question. What else in the SAVE Act might be preventing Democrats from agreeing to the voter ID? Everyone talks it's about voter ID, but is it solely about voter ID, or is this one of those laws that they bundled a bunch of other shit in and are lying to the public?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I haven't seen it yet. So they only passed whatever portion at 3 a.m. on Sunday. So I've yet to see what has gone down on that. We'll have to take a look at that as well.
Hold on, let me actually see, because I can pull it up, but let me see if there's a text version of it. Oh, they do have a text version.
Okay, let's finish up off of
yeah, go ahead and we'll do that. And I'm scrolling through.
Okay, so we're going to take a look then at the public broadcasting radio information. If it's applicable, we'll have more coverage on that next week. Before we do that, though, Crazy Bee, let's take a look at the judge, though, who that person is. And again, I hate to say it, why do they all look the same?
The photographer, they're all in a black robe, and they all have gray hair. They're old, and they're all in their robes for work. Okay. Don't know.
Why don't you take a hit at what he does? Just skim the highlights on him, okay?
Federal agency service.
Wait, who was he appointed by?
Bill Clinton.
Of course.
It looks like he's worked with the federal agency. He was part of the Mueller report that everyone laughed at.
There you go. See, this is the stuff we're talking about where the roadblocks hit.
The Mueller report was to not indict Trump, and he was a special counsel attorney.
We know what Mueller did.
He hold on. The Mueller report cited Moss's memorandum in partial justification of special counsel Robert Mueller's decision not to indict President Donald Trump. Given the role of special counsel as attorney in the Department of Justice and the framework of special counsel regulations, blah, 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 this official accepted OLC's legal conclusion for the purpose and exercision of prosecutorial jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So he agreed with not indicting Trump based on the Mueller report, is basically what that says.
Right. But ultimately, what did Mueller have to say about it?
Mueller was just a jackass,
Yeah,
and
they
he wanted
him
every
gone.
problem.
Yeah, they wanted him gone.
Yeah, and then back in 2000, he did the same thing, not to indict a sitting president. The indictment or criminal prosecution of a sitting president was unconstitutionally undermined, would unconstitutionally undermine the capacity of the executive branch. So, I mean...
Okay, and look at that last sentence. Okay, to undermine the capacity of the executive branch to perform its constitutionally assigned functions.
Yeah, the president is the executive branch. He's supporting a president not getting indicted and give him the power to do what he needs to do.
But why public radio then? Has he changed his mind?
Well, public radio was never brought up until most recently. Everyone just kept giving them money until it got questioned by Congress because of Doge's report. It had very little to do with Trump's order.
No, but Trump wrote the executive order initially saying we're going to defund you because
Congress found it, and Congress found it legit, so they went through with it. What this judge did about this NPR and PBS type stuff in public radio is kind of ridiculous because Congress already said this is absolutely getting defunded.
Right.
It's an antiquated system that we don't need anymore.
Right. Okay, so in 2014, Obama nominated him to serve as a district judge. We're just skimming through. We're just going to try to pick the highlights. As always, Crazy B will drop everything
it's already in there. Yeah. Okay. So in 2016, he found that the Foreign Sovereigns Immunity Act prevented an Ethiopian dissident living under asylum in the United States from suing the Ethiopian government for infecting his home computer with FinSpy spyware and then surveilling him in Maryland.
Why does that even rise to that level?
I don't know. That's something that just keep your computer safer and don't download spyware. That you obviously clicked something and got it on your own computer because you didn't prepare yourself properly.
Right.
He ruled against the Education Secretary Betsy DeVos after she stopped an Obama-era rule from taking effect, which protected students against fraud from for-profit colleges.
Okay. We don't know about that. Yeah.
So basically, he sided with Obama and allowed these for-profit colleges to try and get kids to sign up for them. Kids should be smarter. Their parents should be involved. But, yeah, I can understand why the school education of the Secretary of Education would want to stop that. But, of course, Obama has some leverage. I elected you. I suggested you. Yay. Moss also ruled that President Donald Trump unlawfully installed Ken whatever as director of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, and therefore certain directives related to removal of undocumented immigrants seeking asylum he implemented must be set aside. I don't remember that. Who the hell is Ken Cuccinelli?
I've heard the name sounds familiar, but I don't recall what he's up against.
His nickname
Okay.
was Cooch. That is so anyways. He also said the United States Justice Department unlawfully rescheduled the execution of Lisa Montgomery, the only woman on federal death row. A three-judge panel of the United States Courts of Appeals of the District of Columbia vacated Moss's ruling. So he got overruled on that, and she got executed anyways because they rescheduled it, whatever. So he got overruled by a higher court. Let's see, in 2021, Moss sentenced Paul Hodgkins, a Florida man who participated in the Capitol attack, to 8 months in prison. Oh, the January 6th committee people.
J6er.
Like many others. Okay, yeah, I kind of... That's all they have on the guy? Wow.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of information about a federal judge.
No.
But, yeah.
But the information's there for you to take a look at. Again, we mentioned that for all the judges, we want to start putting names to faces on these people. If we're going to do it on the politicians, I don't see any harm in bringing up who the judge is, what their highlights are. I mean, we get to take a look at it. Are they on the right, left, or center? I mean, we mentioned the other day, we were looking at a case where we had forgotten to pull up who the judge was. We pull him up and take a look at him, and we're like, oh no, he looks like he's Muslim. And lo and behold, he is, but he was spot on with the Constitution. It was the DOJ that messed up, not him.
We only found that by going to the court transcripts. Now, we could do that with this case. We absolutely can. I got to see if it's available and which court it was under. I'll have to find that out. But
it just
he might
today, so
yeah, it might be a day or two before it's up. Yeah. But it would be worth reading his logic and seeing what the hell he has to add, because honestly, Congress already said we're defunding these idiots, not based on what Trump said, but because it's an antiquated system that we really don't use, and their viewership is plummeting because people are watching it elsewhere. So why are we having to pay for it? And that's what Congress came up with, not the president. The president, had his reasons of, I don't like what they say necessarily. That might be his reasoning, but Congress had better reasoning, in my opinion. So, like, at this point, this guy is now trying to overrule Congress, too. And I don't know if that's going to work or pan out. So, we'll have to see. Like I said, there might be some law hidden, buried somewhere that he knows about, we don't know about. And Congress might have missed or intentionally overlooked, which we've seen them do before. And so, it is worth looking further into it. Even though we don't agree.
Frustrating. Congressmen and women come and go, but staffers always stay. And who really is the driving force behind that person? Like the 98-year-old judge that we saw. She couldn't keep up with her work. People were stepping in to help her. And
then she's mad because she got removed because of, well, I would say medical reason. I would assume that at 98. And again, I've met 100-year-olds very sharp of mind. But that doesn't mean I want them being in a role or a position that is that serious.
Correct. Absolutely.
I'm sorry. No. Yeah. So that's where I stand even on that. And again, I agree. A lot of these judges need to be pulled from office. I mean, this guy he was born in 61, so he's not that old. He's absolutely still within the state of mind that or physically maybe, unless there's, medical reasoning, I don't see any reason why he would be like not capable of keeping up with the work. So that's one thing I can honestly say.
Well,
He's still young
What would
enough.
you say would be, because we really haven't discussed that, what do you think is a reasonable cutoff age for Congress, the president, and judges?
This is where I would differ on ages, okay? Judges, I actually like to be older, but not like old. Like I would cut them off in their like late 70s. I would say cut the judges off, late 70s. Okay? And yes, I know this guy is coming up on that age. I would say cut judges off in the late 70s. Presidents not past 70. Like they cannot, if they're going to be past 70, don't bother. I can.
So hold on. So you're saying if you're 70 years old, that's it. You need to retire. You can't be president at 70.
But I want the judges to stay on a little bit longer because there's a difference between being a court ruling, and this is all again pending medical capability. Like there's no dementia, nothing like that. But the reason I say this about presidents is because I would prefer a president that can actually possibly go to the front lines and take on military like necessity. Okay, I don't like our leaders. I would go back to our leaders have to be on the front line with our troops. If I got my choice, I would absolutely do it.
We've discussed that as well, that, it's easy to sit back in Washington and hit the red button versus, getting on the horse and leading
and being shot at. Yes.
Yes.
And so this is why I come to this conclusion my way. No later than 70, because at that point, you're not going to be able to get out there and do what you need to do. If it came down to it. And if I had my way. And Congress, no later than 70 as well. I want you guys out. And I want term limits. Like you get 3 terms, then get the hell out. And each term is 4 years at most.
Right.
Like, and that's for Senate and representatives. I'm sick of this never-ending politician bullshit. I'm sick of it. And the longer you're there, the more likely people can blackmail you, get shit on you, work their way in, and do this shit. If you're limited to 12 years, you're less likely to end up corrupted. The longer you're in, the more it's going to set in. The more likely you're going to be exhausted and cut corners.
My ages are a little bit different than yours. I think that the judges no older than 80, president 75, same for Congress. I think we've discussed having cognitive ability testing done, and I think that's warranted.
Oh, I'd say drug and alcohol testing. 70. Daily drug and alcohol testing for Congress.
Yeah, definitely on that. But in addition to the term limits, and I'm a little bit tougher on that. For Congress, I'm like you do 2 terms at 3 years each, so no more than 6 senators, total of 8. And the president, I wouldn't mind seeing up to 9, and it would only be based on this qualifier. And that would be that somehow we limit fundraising efforts. Like you only get $100,000, say, as a congressperson to do.
Here's the way I see the fundraising thing. You're the politician. Your job is to do things. Hire someone to fundraise for you.
Well,
they don't have to go do this shit. They don't have to go fundraising and go on these tours. No, get someone to go do the fundraising for you. Go do the little smooching and ass kissing shit. Get someone else to do that. You focus on your damn job. When it comes to the election campaign, then you go do your public speaking. And only for 6 months before the election. And that's for the president.
Vanilla.
I don't want Congress doing that at all.
Hey, Vanilla.
Hi, Vanilla.
Right. Look at Vanilla. Yeah, look at his comment.
I would be gone then. Bye. I'll see you next time when it thaws.
Hey, Vanilla. I don't know if you saw or not, but there was a No Kings protest done in Antarctica The very first one was held.
Oh my
They
fucking
drew
god.
in, yes, they drew in the ice. I almost said they drew in the sand, but they drew
That's
in the
gotta be
ice. No
AI.
king protest. No, it's not. It's legit. It was
Oh,
confirmed as
fucking
legit.
idiots.
Yep. So see, you're
We
supposed
can't
to
go
be
nowhere.
conducting scientific okay, you're supposed to be conducting scientific research in Antarctica. Now we know that you swing left, and so you're for climate change. You're not, I'm just saying it. You're an activist now to me. You're not a scientist. Whoever you are, you should be pulled off that assignment and sent over to the left side of the world somewhere.
But most of the people in Antarctica are the ones screaming that about global warming. They're the ones that have done the research that
I
claim
know that.
global warming exists, and even if
I
it
know
does, it's just a typical historical shift of the planet. Get over
Exactly.
it. We can't stop it. We can't change it. Plant more fucking trees. Goodbye.
I know you've said that before. Plant more trees,
I will
especially in the
continue to say
Amazon.
it. That's the only solution.
Yep.
But, what do I know? I just passed high school and some college, and I
All right.
remember what I was taught.
Yeah. You said you had something next. I believe you were ready.
Oh,
That you found or something.
yeah. Hold on, let me pull it up. It was on the I haven't gotten to read through all of it. It was the full text of the voters of the Save America Act, and they only have things in here that are pertaining to the ID. But I swear I heard someone say that there was something else wrapped in there about not letting young kids have transing and stuff, that they were going to make it illegal in that. And it's not in here. I'm not seeing it. This is solely voter ID. So I can bring this over. I think we've looked at this before.
Is that from Sunday though? Is that what
No.
on Sunday?
Hold on. This was 4/10 of 2025. This is actually from what they originally proposed last year.
Okay.
And there are two versions. 4/10 of 2025 and then 1/3 of 2025.
So, hold on a minute. Remember, they added so in that last week we looked at, there were 4 components. Voter ID, the picking of the dogs, remember the dog part? What were the 2 other pieces that went with that?
Hold on. I'm looking right now. It should be in here.
They wanted to fund illegals, Medicaid was the
That's
third.
not in here. It's not in here.
But this was the original bill, though.
Mm-mm.
Remember this bill, right? Didn't you say it was from 2025?
Yeah, this is the one that they voted on most recently. Because this is the one with the changes that were made. The original one introduced to the House is back here from January 3rd of 2025. And it is, I believe, let me see if it had more to it. I'm kind of just scrolling through. They were making changes to stuff that was already on there. Accessibility. This is where we had that problem with the people like, oh, you got to have this. Oh, yeah, this is the documented proof. The state requirements.
Hey, Blue.
Hi, Blue. For mail-in voting registration forms. Permitting the states to adopt requirements after enactment. The That's it. I don't see nothing about kicking dogs. I don't see nothing about the stopping transitions for
Oh,
children.
what they did, no, what I'm saying is they were 4 other bills that they put together in order to do the vote. So they took the kicking of the dogs, the illegal Medicaid, they took the SAVE Act, and one other. We read it last week. They put 4 together, remember? And they wouldn't ultimately do the standalone. But then on Sunday, the Senate voted to do all of the funding on DHS with the exception of ICE and I think TSA. So this is a little bit on the complicated side because right now we don't have what they did on Sunday. It's not yet available to us as of today. I don't think it's been posted, but I'll keep this on our docket for
Yeah, because
as
I literally
Jen
just
Trump,
asked
yeah,
about
as
the
Jen
Save
Trumpy
America
said,
Act, and this is
yeah.
what came up is literally straight up about voting. I did not see anything else. I mean, and again, I know some people like I know we did the deep dive into what they mean by requirements and what they did on a few other things, but I don't remember the kicking the dog part. What the
Well, it's not in HR 22. It's a separate bill. What I'm
oh,
saying is
so why
what I'm
can't this
saying is
one pass if they're worried about the other ones? Why do they got to be lumped
that's
together?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Fuck
saying.
that shit.
They took the 4 bills. This bill, the SAVE bill, the kicking of the dog bill, the illegal for Medicaid, and one other thing. They took all 4 of them and lumped them together and said, this is what we're going to pass. But that
No,
didn't fly. The Republicans said no.
I would say no.
So,
That's fucking
yeah, so
insanity and stupid.
right. But the Republicans are always rolling over. And again, we've talked about why can't each bill that's presented
Stand alone.
go and stand alone? And we looked yesterday. Remember that at 3 a.m. when they tried to pass that bill, there was a 25% decrease to funding for the entire Department of DHS. If the House wouldn't have stopped that and that would have went through, there would have been an immediate decrease of 25% to DHS, not just to CBP or to TSA or to ICE, but the entire department.
Mm-hmm.
And so how does this stuff get put in there? And then why are they voting on it at 3 a.m.? And again, we didn't even pull who voted and who didn't vote. We've looked at that before and presented to you, is your congressman or your senator on here.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't a bill like this just go to the floor by itself and you vote on that? Why do we have to have these bundle jobs? Why do we have to have reams of paper that you get at 5 o'clock and you got to vote on it at 3? It's bullshit.
Yep. It's bullshit, and I've had it, and like I said, I'm the one who's been screaming about this because Congress is so fucking stupid, and they keep doing this. Oh, well, we won't pass this unless you add this stuff to it that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's like I'm taking my ball and I'm going because you won't do what I want. Try to play basketball without the ball.
Uh-huh.
It's ridiculous.
It
And we
is.
keep everything, here we go. We're coming up on 1 year. And again, and how many times have we said it? There isn't one thing. You go back and you listen to any video that we have, other than our feel good stories. There is not one thing, one area, one person that we've looked at that isn't a freaking problem. Every department is run. They all need to go, and something needs to be done.
Well, I said fire them all and start fresh. That's my go-to. Fire every single one of these assholes and start fresh. That's my go-to.
Right. Well,
To hell
your
with
other
them.
idea, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but your other idea had been to make serving to be more like a civic duty rather
You don't
than
get paid. No pay whatsoever. Let's go with that one. Oh, seriously. Why are you guys making money off of this? That is a bad incentive to go to Congress. You're not trying to help the people. You're trying to get rich. You want insider trading. You want this. You want that. You're not there for any purpose other than your own. And there's very few politicians that actually do that. And I will say that all of them have a degree of corruption. Even the ones I prefer.
Yes.
I like John Kennedy, but I've seen him pull some stuff that I was like, I don't like that part of you. But I like your clips and your attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's from being there.
Right. Yeah, we tend to look over. I mean, there are some that are total dislikes. There's others that are tolerable. There's others then we overlook their flaws.
I like Rand Paul because of how he stood up to Fauci and how he was pushing back on some of that bullshit. I like his libertarian spending idea. Fuck this, Congress, you're not getting a raise. Him and John Kennedy are like the only two that say we don't need a raise. Right. But there's other things I don't like about him, and he can be quite a pompous asshole, but, he's my representative.
Right.
He's actually my representative from my region.
And we've laughed about my situation where all I had was Fetterman
or Oz.
Fetterman or what's his face?
Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz, right? Out of all the people in the state of Pennsylvania, they're the best two candidates that they could come up with. And then lo and behold, one, Oz doesn't get the senator's nod, but he becomes the
DHS
director of in Medicaid, for Medicare and Medicaid. He's in charge of that. So he didn't lose any skin out of the game. But then we're stuck with Fetterman, and we're like, holy shit, like, this is worse than the worst could be. But
just for him to turn around and be a Republican in disguise.
Exactly. You have a stroke and get hit by a car, and boop, you get knocked to the right. Or center right.
At least he has the common sense.
Yeah.
You were worried about what he was going to do, and then he turns around and supports everything you agree with.
Yep.
Like, wait a minute, what?
Yep.
Hold on.
I still think something's fishy about that. They say he has a clone. I wonder if it's the clone that took over.
I have no clue. All I can do is laugh about it because, well, shit, we were not expecting that from him.
Right.
I'm not trying to be mean or anything, and I've met people who are wonderful people, had a stroke, turned into assholes. He was an asshole, had a stroke, turned into a wow. He makes sense.
Exactly. Yep.
Because I did work with people who were recovering from strokes. I knew them before the stroke and after the stroke. They've been a patient before and after. I have seen what strokes can do to people. Absolutely seen it. And
you better hope I don't have one, because I'll probably go the way of the steroids, and that would be ugly for all of us.
It would still be entertaining.
Oh, yeah, it would. Yep.
But, it's just one of those things where I can sit there and be like, I was not expecting that. This is the first time I can honestly say I was not expecting that from Congress to happen. Like, damn. Like, Fetterman. We did our research before and after him, like when he was running, and then he gets into Congress, and we're thinking he's going to be completely siding with the left on every little point. Nope, he's actually, the left is wanting to get rid of him. The Democrats want him gone.
Yep. Big time.
How does that work?
I don't know. What you got next?
Hold on 1 second. I got to mute for a moment. 1 minute.
Okay. This is where I would usually sing do 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 do.
I apologize. Here's what's next.
Okay.
Had to give cleaning instructions
Uh,
to the kids.
There you go. All right. So this is from Real Robert, who we have picked up things before. And this has to do with, oh, yeah. Well, we knew this. We knew this back in, when Biden, what year was that? When Biden did the mess up with he started bringing
Oh, his first
Afghans
year.
over.
Yeah, his first year, within months of being elected.
Yeah.
It was within like
Right.
6 months.
Okay. So private jets for illegals. The Democrats, via the Biden-Harris terrorist administration, picked up over 700,000 illegal aliens from all over the world, put them on private jets, and escorted them to cities of their choice at the taxpayers' expense, including luxury hotels. Change operations, Social Security numbers, Medicaid, SNAP, and paid airfare. To move them from one democratic city to another to evade ICE for rape, murder, and pedophilia. Hey JJ, good to see ya.
Hey, JJ. Yeah, our wonderful former president absolutely did the worst. And I follow Habitual Line Crosser, and he spoke one time about being told to leave the room because he wanted more detailed background research on the people they were bringing from the Middle East before releasing them out into the public. And they were told
Right.
to hurry it up anyways. You got asked to
Yep.
leave the meeting. Yeah,
Well,
not
this
good.
is even worse. This is even worse than them landing somewhere. You know that we had two early on. We had two plane loads land in Pittsburgh from them, and that they came in the middle of the night. Now, this to me is even worse. So you went over to them? That's what I'm taking? You went somewhere around the world, picked somebody up,
And brought them back.
and brought them back to the United States unvetted.
I don't think that's what it is. I think once they crossed the border, they got on the jets and planes and were escorted to wherever they needed to be. I don't think, other than the Afghan people that we got out on the planes, instead of the, people who were supposed to be on there, like the translators and their families. No, we just grabbed whoever would get on the plane. No one bothered.
Right, yeah. And we left everybody else behind, right?
And then we had a bunch of former senators and Congress people who had served that with these translators, trying to get them out on their personal dollar. So that's also one of the things that happened because of that fuck up. Sorry.
Right.
Let me hit. Yep. I got to refresh this to hit play because it's being stupid. Okay. Gotta love it.
Private jets, would you have the United States taxpayers have fly into foreign countries to pick up people to bring them here?
Now, Senator, we will no longer be undertaking that mission of the Department of Homeland Security.
So not 700,000 individuals on private jets over the last 4 years. You would not have any.
I'll be working with President Trump to.
Oh, that was before she was removed.
And adherence to our federal laws.
And how many illegals will you plan to house in luxury hotel rooms in Manhattan at a cost of $6,000 per month?
Sir, clearly, Senator, during this election, the American people said they did not support that and that would not be a part of this new administration.
How about sex change operations for illegals? How many of those would you suspect you would fund?
Senator, I believe that the Department of Homeland Security will be reevaluating its mission in this country to not allow that going forward under President Trump's goals.
And if you had an illegal migrant that was in this country and they committed a crime, would you offer them airfare from one state to another to evade law enforcement?
Sir, I will be following this nation's laws and the Constitution and make sure that all laws are adhered to.
How many private jails?
Wow. Yeah.
It just, again, here we go again.
And she's been
What do
removed
you
from her position.
Yep.
So there's that too to take into consideration.
Well, right. And so everybody was upset with her basically over the handling of ICE. But think
Yeah.
about this for a second. So she gets removed. They bring in a new guy. Is it Mullins?
Yeah, Mullen.
Mullins. I can't remember.
I think
Mullen.
it's just Mullen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they bring him in. How long does it take for him to get up and running? So we're already in a year and a quarter. Okay, we're 15 months in.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take him to get up and running till he can stop this shit?
It shouldn't take but maybe a month at most. Or right away if he wants to continue it.
I mean, I would hope so. And then the question begs, are you doing it or aren't you doing it? Did it really stop? It's a question, is somebody from Congress going to ask the question again? Did you stop these programs? And the answer is nobody really follows up on this crap.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
And she gets removed in the middle.
Yeah. Well, I guarantee you maybe we'll put this on the tickler as well. Or as Jen Psaki says, we'll circle back to it at some point and see where it's at. It's ridiculous.
And it's not likely to be anywhere. Just going to put that out there.
And so just 700,000 in the hotels, they claim it takes $6,000 for one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a hotel. That doesn't go down to doing your laundry, your shitty underwear and stuff that you have, your dirty laundry that you have, your bedding that you have that we are now paying for. I mean, I'd like somebody to do my laundry. You put it in a bag, put it outside the door, somebody picks it up, and it comes back nicely folded. So from the luxury hotel all the way, I wonder if they shine your shoes.
I don't think so. I think that's a little extreme.
Well,
but then again, I've never stayed in a luxury hotel.
Well, no, then they give them probably new shoes. So just in the hotel business alone, is that correct? My math? Are we looking at $4.2 billion just in housing for them 700,000?
Yes.
$4.2 billion.
Over the past, since Biden started this. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a month. Oh, shit. That's a month.
Mm-hmm. And we wonder why we're in debt into the trillions.
So for the year, we're looking at $50.4 billion in housing.
Yes, for 700,000 people.
Okay. Could you only imagine? We'll do that times. No, I'll even be generous on that. I'll even give you. If it was only $4,000 a month, we're still looking at $2.8 billion per month.
Mm-hmm.
And for an annual cost, we're looking at $33.6 billion. That's if I give you the good grace of $4,000 a month just to house you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you like $6,000 a month to live off of?
God, do you know what that would help us with? Shit, we could be living good and put some up for savings for down the road.
Shit, I wouldn't have to be eating ramen every day.
I know, we wouldn't be like trying to figure out dinner at the last minute because cupboards are empty and we haven't gotten to the store yet. Because, oh yeah, that's right, our starter just went out on our car. We have to
Right.
wait till the next paycheck to go get the new starter. And guess what? It went out, what, Saturday?
Yep.
And we have not been able to get the money to go buy one from the local parts store. I had to go online and do some discount shopping stuff to find a new starter that we could afford for our vehicle so we can get back and forth to where we need to go.
Right.
How does
And
this make
and so
sense?
right. And yesterday we see Nick Shirley, and they're driving what were the cars? What, $300,000 they were
Oh
in?
yeah, Lexus, Audi, yeah, all that shit. Yes.
And
Yep.
I'm driving almost a 20-year-old car.
My car is 20
Okay.
years old. It's a 2004 Cadillac Escalade.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, 22-year-old car. Thank you, sweetheart. My son corrected me. 22-year-old car. And we're piecing this thing together.
Mm-hmm. I can't
Folks,
stand it.
what is wrong with America when illegals are living better than people who have been working 30, 40 years? I've been
Our
working
city
since
is
I was a
underfunded it.
teenager
I know, so have I.
until my back went out.
Yeah, I have the house and everything to show for it, but I don't have anything in cash.
I
You
know.
asked me for $1,000 today, I'd laugh at you.
I don't have $1,000 to loan anyone. Shit. I've been working on and
But I
off
don't
since I
even
was
have
15,
100 on me.
14, 15. I've been working
Yep.
on and off.
Yep.
And I can't have anything to prove for it. I can't have. I mean, I looked at my disability, my Social Security for retirement. Because of when I ended up disabled, I would only get $300 a month to live on when I retire. That's it.
Wow.
I looked at my earnings. 300 and change a month to live on because I had to quit working in my mid 30s.
In your prime years, yeah.
I needed 30 more years of work.
Right.
I mean,
But
how?
yet being
I'm supposed to
illegal, I
survive.
keep telling you, we need to swim across and come back, and I'm just stepping mute. That's all.
That's all we can do. And it's bullshit. It should
Yes,
not
it
be
is.
coming to this for American citizens. I was born and raised here. My grandfather fought for this country. My dad fought for this country. I wanted to, but they wouldn't take me. You know, that shit happens. But it still ain't right. It's still not right. Sorry, my sheet popped off of my bed. I sound like I'm probably moving around.
Okay, what do you got next?
Oh, God. It pisses me off the way these people are pulling this shit. It really
I
does. It's because they didn't give us coupon stuff like them. You are so right, Blue Rose. Sorry, I'm out of breath.
Could I just get one coupon? That's all we need.
Yeah.
Preferably for laundry. Preferably for laundry.
I mean, like, I'm going up a wall trying to budget on, even with my son's income now. So the household income, if he manages to keep this job for more than a year, which I'm sure he will. They love him there. So let's say he makes, let's say $1,600 a month on his income take home. And my ex-husband's bringing in about $3,200, give or take a month, take home.
Okay.
And we're trying to live off of this. We're comfortable, but we haven't gotten to where we've restocked the food. And that's where we're working on it. We're working on restocking the food.
Do you think this could stop a bullet?
No, that cannot stop a bullet.
Why is it aluminum?
No, it's steel, but you can still get a bullet through steel if it's cheap steel. Now, on your way.
Is heavy steel therefore not?
No, it's not heavy. It's just a condensed block. Sorry, my son. My son randomly interjecting. But we could be doing so much better if we had 6,000 to live on. And when we have two people working full time to get close to 6,000 a month, something ain't right.
Right.
We have two people working full
Exactly.
time, busting their asses to get that kind of money that they're just handing to these people. And that's per person, I believe, not for a family of 4 to live off of.
Right. That's per person. So imagine if you're a family, husband and wife, you're bringing in 12 grand.
Add some kids. Yeah. Let's
Is
think
it
about
any
that
wonder?
one.
Yeah, and that's why they're laughing at us. We've seen those videos. We've played those videos. They're laughing at us.
And here
They're
we are
running
busting our
daycares that have no
asses.
children.
Yeah. And here my family is busting our asses trying to get ahead. My daughter has resorted to doing art to start making paintings to sell so she can bring some money in, because no one in our small little community trusts their generation to do anything. And it's not just her. There are other people having a hard time finding jobs here. We're not alone. And it is getting wild. Even though there are a lot of places hiring in our area, they're being very picky of who they hire. And so my daughter's resorted to using her talents from a hobby to try and make some money. And my son and my ex-husband are busting their asses, and I'm waiting for disability to clear. We bust our asses trying to get stuff. I mean, I'm handling family finances, organizing. You hear me having to pause to give instructions to the kids and stuff. You know, I'm not just sitting in bed staring at a TV watching soap operas. I'm actually doing a fuck ton of things, learning how to edit the videos, learning how to do this, that, the other, trying to make things better. I'm not just sitting here doing nothing. I'm actually earning skills that I could eventually use for a job, but will probably never get because I didn't get a degree. But I'm still not just wasting away. I'm learning skills, and I'm sick of people who come in, do absolutely nothing. And I'm not even talking just illegals. There are people who are 3 generations deep into Section 8 and welfare system their whole lives.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and that pisses me off even more, because you're a fucking American. Don't you want to tell me you're just too lazy to get a job? Fuck you. Yeah. No. And some of these people are very smart. Sadly, they're brilliant people that just choose to go with the victimhood mentality. And I will tell you, drug dealers would be the perfect businessmen. They just don't want to do illegal. They don't want to do something legally binding business, but they have the business mentality to pull it off and not get killed. They're doing something right. So I'm going to sit there and I'll stick to it. America has talent. All these people have talent. They're just not putting it to use. And so they just live off of welfare. And then people like me who are truly disabled but want to work, well, yeah, fuck us, whatever. Sorry, rant over.
You're okay. Okay, you're entitled.
It's just frustrating.
You saved me from having to say it. So.
But it is frustrating to see America being made fun of, because they're convinced that it's better to live 3 generations on welfare than it is to actually get out and do something and build more money than just a free monthly income. Do you know, even working McDonald's, you can make more money than you would ever get on welfare? It's hard work. You got to bust your ass. But just sitting on welfare is easier. But you can actually make a fuck ton more money by working a full-time job somewhere else. And it's more rewarding. So
absolutely. Okay, what's next?
All right, next up is your area. What's something about some taxes?
This is across the state from us. So I would say 6 hours away, maybe longer, depending on the mountain traffic and all that, but Philly's on the opposite.
Oh, Philly's on the other side of the state. That's right. I get it mixed up. Right. I really do get them mixed up. They both begin with P in a state that's a P. So,
Always good. But the reason I bring this up is, here we go. City is going to propose some new rate increases, and mark my words, New York is gonna jump on this like white on rice, and then California's gonna jump in on it. I see everybody you're gonna see it. So the Philadelphia mayor proposed new taxes on deliveries, rideshare apps like Uber in their new $6.9 billion budget. A ride home in Philadelphia could soon cost more if Michelle Chanel Parker's latest budget takes effect. She pitched her $6.7 billion budget to City Council on Thursday, saying it includes new taxes on ride-hailing services like Uber and Lyft that will generate more than $9 million in revenue for the school district of Philly. The tax would be 20 cents per ride. Another new tax in the budget would be a 25-cent per order tax on retail deliveries on certain items. Retailers would pay the tax, which would not be charged on deliveries of items deemed essential, like food, baby products, medications, and medical devices. Parker also said she would seek state and local authorization to increase hotel taxes by 2%, a move that would generate $20 million to help pay for the city's 5-year plan to end street homelessness.
Oh my God, are they stupid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Blue, I think I sound far away because I'm sick and congested, and I can tell myself I don't sound like myself. So
No, it's not that. I hear what she's hearing. It sounds like it's beneath, like your mic is beneath the pillow again. Like it literally sounds
weird.
muffled. Even though I know you haven't moved your thing. Yeah, I hear it too.
That is so weird.
And then it'll be like you're like
they
3 or 5 feet away, and then all of a sudden it's right there in your face, loud again.
Wow. Okay, so adding Philly's local sales tax to online purchases. Right now, online retailers, they only charge 6% sales tax on most purchases. Tell me about it. I pay it. It's ridiculous. 6%. 6%.
That's what we pay here in my state. We just automatically add 6 cents for every dollar to know what our total price is going to be. But you go to Tennessee, it's 11 cents on the dollar, and that includes food, even unprepared food.
Wow.
Any food, any non-food, it's an 11-cent flat rate for sales.
Well, we've talked about that too, just going to a state or to a federal sales tax only. And to me, that would at least force everybody to pay the same. I don't know. We could kick that around.
That's a kick around because there are some states that are poorer and people tend to make less average versus like New York where it's a higher minimum wage. And so my state would suffer versus, unless we do a flat rate of like 2% across the nation, then people would be more balanced. Yeah.
That's what I'm suggesting. Something like that is a lower rate that everybody could afford.
Okay.
So investment in the pothole squad, because PA is known. We are the capital of potholes.
Michigan's close second, or they might be a tie for first.
So she wants to spend $7.1 million to launch the One Philly Pothole Squad, $25 million for SEPTA Zero Fare program. She intends to continue the city's investment in the program that provides many Philadelphians with free SEPTA passes. Another $10 million would go towards Key Advantage, a program that covers city employees' rides to work. Are you fucking kidding me?
Now that you've retired. Wrong city, but still, you worked for the city. That would have been nice.
Are you seriously now?
City workers are exempt from paying for this, but everybody else has to. Yeah.
Are you kidding? 10 million? Wow.
Yeah, so
the budget is more,
that's bullshit.
it's more than Yep, 200 million more than last year's approved budget and more than a 2-hour speech. She also called for more funding for the city's wellness system, additional shelter beds for the unhoused, and more.
How about you give them a job filling those
Yeah.
potholes? And then they don't gotta be living off of the city's dime.
Yep,
Is it really that hard?
it's not. So
Is that it? Oh no,
I
there's
don't
more.
know that I. Oh, okay. So the first two budgets of her tenure focused on safer, cleaner, and greener initiatives. She says the heart of this budget is what she called economic mobility for all.
Fuck her.
What good is a
charge
safe-
more
Yeah.
so people
No.
have to can
Yeah.
ride. Yeah. Okay. How's that?
Yeah. So here's the thing about what good is a safer, cleaner, and greener city if our people don't have access to good paying jobs, quality health care, and a real shot at raising a family, owning a home, and to a better and more affordable life, she said. She did not call for any changes to the city property, wage, or business taxes. The budget proposals now in city council's hands, where they'll spend months sorting through the mayor's pay.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta add something. Okay. So she wants this to be what she wants people to own a home, but what happened to the World Economic Forum's? You're not gonna own nothing and enjoy it.
Yes.
I thought she was part of that group. Is this a lie?
Apparently.
Okay. They have until June 30th to pass the budget. I'd say no.
God, Franny.
Oh, okay. I have something that just came across my screen that I'd like you to share at the very end, okay?
Okay.
All right. Give me a second to get it.
Well, you're
All
pulling
right,
that
I
up.
apologize.
Oh,
Yeah, I apologize.
no, it's okay. No, the more we have, the better.
Yeah, but this all comes to a city near you. What are your cities doing? What are they proposing that you're not paying attention to? You know, most people, these budgets go through. I mean, when I've worked for the city, I've seen this stuff in action. I mean, I made proposals myself of how to increase things. And whether they got passed or they didn't, that remains to be seen. But this is, again, sheer craziness. I have a question as far as the Ubers and the Lyft go. 20 cents doesn't seem like a lot of money, but if you are that person, now my son in New York uses them all the time. He spends over $600 a week using Ubers and Lyfts. Is that 20 cents really going to be a big hit to the pocketbook? I don't think so. But let's say it is for you. Or let's say you're drunk and you wanted to take an Uber home, but are you going to do that for that extra 20 cents? Or do you think it's a big nothing burger, the 20 cents?
In general, it depends on how often you take it. In your son's case, it will add up. They'll make a pretty penny off of him. Every day, 20 cents there and back, that's 40 cents a day off of him alone. It will add up over the year. Most people aren't impacted by that 20 cents. Most. But if you are I'm living on welfare, not by choice, but because, I'm on disability. My case, let's say I'm on a fixed income. That 20 cents could actually add up really fast and really bad. So it depends on the person. Now, like in Michigan, you can cash in your empty soda bottles. Where I live, they don't do that. You get 10 cents for every empty in Michigan. And so I grew up, if you needed an extra $1 or $2, you took in your empties, you cashed them in, and you went to the register and you got your money back. your 10-cent deposit on it.
Oh, that,
And
yeah, right.
that
That was,
helps out in the end. Oh, I'm in a pinch. Shit. Let me go dig through a few trash barrels outside of a gas station or
yep.
something. And we see that all the time. Homeless
Mm-hmm.
people digging in Michigan, they would dig through the trash cans and the dumpsters and even the landfills. They'd sneak into the landfills and pull
Mm-hmm.
out what soda bottles they could find and take them to
Right.
cash them in to make a little extra money. And I'm telling you, we were able to get away with it for quite a few years. Danny's family would send us all their empties to Michigan, and we were able to cash in at least $20-$30 every month or so.
Right.
And that makes it worthwhile. But
Yeah, that makes a difference.
then
Right.
Michigan got smart on it, and they're like, no, out of state empties. Damn. They started changing the barcodes
Right.
per state, so you couldn't get away with it no more.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a really good recycling incentive, but it also helps people who are tight on money. Yes,
Right.
like, and a lot of people will buy the sodas on food stamps where it covers the deposit and then turn around to cash in the empties, and there's an extra $10 or $20 every couple months,
For them.
depending on how much you
Exactly.
drink. And trust me, I've seen people load up
Right.
their carts with sodas and spend a couple $100 on soda out of their food stamps just to get 10 cents, because you figure that's $1.20 for every 12 pack you buy, $2.40 for every 24 pack you buy,
Right.
10 cents for every 2 liter you buy. So they're loading up their carts, and add that up. How many 24 packs? How many 12 packs? That comes out to $10 to $20 easily that
Right.
they have extra
Yep.
for gas to get somewhere or do something. So I do understand the people who are tight on money being fussy and going to penny pinching by cashing in empties in certain states. And
Mm-hmm.
that, when you charge 20 cents extra a ride, and there are places where it is faster to get an Uber than take a city bus. You might, if you want to take a city bus in Detroit, you might have to leave 3 or 4 hours early just to get there on time. And I'm not joking. The buses break down. There's a fight on the bus. Somebody's a medical emergency. Bus is full. Turns out they can't stop and pick you up. They got to keep going. It happens a lot. And that's why some people take Uber. And that extra 20 cents could cost something they don't actually have. So,
Mhm.
I mean, we're already picking between meds and food, or meds and bills and food in a lot of homes that aren't on a fixed income. These are people who are busting their ass like my family. We've got to decide, do we pay half the electric and half the water just to get enough my meds because my insurance doesn't cover the whole thing? Or do we skip these certain meds and then cover this, or do we, try to get on a payment plan with these people? Those are the decisions that are hard. And that 20 cents, like I said, it's a mandatory appointment you got to be at, and you got to find the cheapest and quickest way there. You don't have a vehicle. That's 20 cents they may not have. And this is where I wish there was something better for, and again, like they said, it's on non-essentials. So if you're having baby food delivered, medications delivered, medical devices delivered, I've never known Uber to deliver a medical device, but whatever. I can understand them not adding the 25 cents on those orders. Because
Right.
25 cents extra on a $150 medication? Yeah, fuck you. I'll go pick that up myself. I'm sorry. I mean, oh, hell, Walmart wants me to pay, what is it, $5 or $10 for the Walmart Plus each month just to get my medications delivered.
Uh-huh.
10 extra each month. So, hey, my sister-in-law, ex-sister-in-law, are you passing by Walmart anytime in the next 2 days? Nope. Okay, hold on. Next person. All right, buddy, pull out your scooter. I need you to run to Walmart.
There you go.
My son has walked to Walmart to get my medications before.
Mm-hmm.
And Walmart's like, what, 3 miles away?
Yep. Yes, it is.
Because we can't afford the 5 to 10 to have it delivered, even though it's a nice luxury I would love to have. I can't afford it right now. So I can see both sides of this. I can see how it helps the city and the state, but I can also see how it hurts a certain group of people.
Well, I would venture to say if we took a look at the budget, we'd be able to scrap some money out of there for non-essential items,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you know?
But I also think that the Uber rides should not be putting 20 cents if it's for a medical appointment.
Right.
Something that's a medical appointment, something that is a absolute, I have to.
Doctors.
You're
yeah.
a drunk driver. You don't want to drive. You're drunk. That's your choice. You get to pay it. You are make above a certain money class. I'm sorry, you should have to pay it. But lower class that are trying to get out of the lower class or are stuck there because of disability, they should be exempt. And that means more paperwork and more people looking at it. And yeah, that's going to be a headache.
Yeah. So I say scrap the whole thing. I'm sure we could find the money somewhere else in the budget. She proposes an additional $200 million in the budget from last
year. She's pitching a $6.97 billion budget to the city council. And that includes all of the things listed. Right. 6.97, so a $7 billion budget.
Right, but it's 200 more than last year, right?
I believe that's what they said.
Okay, so I'm suggesting that she didn't need the increase, plus she could have eliminated programming. I guarantee you there's bullshit in the budget that could have gone.
I have a great idea. How about city council takes a pay cut? I'm sure they're getting paid more than they deserve.
Right.
There we go. There's an option. Yeah. I absolutely believe that.
There's enough in the school district that could be cut, so.
Oh, yeah. Like the old school. Teachers paid for it. Or, the state actually bought actual things.
Right.
Yeah. So, there's that.
Okay, what you got next?
We do have a short video out of Japan teaching their kids about road safety.
Yes, this is I found
traumatizing.
Fascinating. I had to go out and do a little bit of digging to make sure this wasn't AI generated, but this is a legit teachings that they do. And as we know, the Eastern cultures are definitely different than the Western.
Yeah, this would traumatize me as a child. It would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be very honest.
And I do believe that after I watched it, I do believe the value in it, and it's just not one part of what they've done with the kids. There's, you can find longer videos out there about it, but it's just one part that I thought, you know what? We don't do this with our kids anymore. It used to be your parents did, or when they took to school. But when I grew up, there was never this kind of stuff as an all classroom thing. What about
I did have one. I did. We had Safetyville. It was a company that in Michigan would go to the local schools and the public schools or the private schools, wherever it was funded. And they would turn the gym into a very small village to teach kids how to find their way around town, how to watch for traffic, how to ride your bike safely around the traffic and stuff. Yeah, we had something like this, but it was not nearly like this aggressive. It was not this aggressive. Just going to make it clear. So I'm going to enlarge the video because it is kind of small. So I'm going to do full screen. We'll lose the chat for a second for you, but it's only a minute.
That's okay.
So if you watch closely, I'm going to explain this so people don't freak out. This is a dummy behind the truck, okay? It's a dummy. So no one's actually injured or hurt in this. Yeah.
Now, a couple things about the video is, why don't you play that again, Crazy Bee, since it was such a short video?
Yeah, but it teaches them to watch for traffic.
Absolutely. First
they got to see firsthand what a car does.
Yeah, that little kid that's there on the left-hand side, he immediately sits down. I think he's going, oh, shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, oh, shit. And I
Oh,
find it
damn. Yeah.
fascinating that look at them all in the same uniform, wearing the same hats.
I've gone
I
to
mean,
school
we
where there
don't.
was regulated uniforms. Yes.
Yeah, we had them for part of the time, and I think it should be a mandate. I really do, because that way there's no competition in clothing. Like, how could you be 8 and 9 years old and you want Nike shirts and shorts and shoes and whatnot, or you want Adidas, or whatever
Oh,
brand you want. You want a Colombian jacket.
see, my
It's
daughter's school, actually, the last year she was in school down here, they switched to everyone has to wear some kind of dress pants and a polo, but they got to
okay.
pick their colors. They didn't have to
I
wear the
see.
same color, but you had to wear dress pants and a polo, some kind of khaki, some kind of slacks. And
Okay.
we've gone to many schools like that over the years. Private schools have always done some kind of uniform, and it
Hmm.
teaches it. There's some good and bad to it. One, it doesn't teach kids. Well, kids are going to be assholes no matter what. They're going to torment. They're going to tease.
Right.
It's not going to take away options to tease kids. They will find a way.
Right.
It does
Schools
not
have
frickin' matter.
bullies, right?
Every school will have bullies.
Right.
Private school, public school. I don't give a shit. Kids are assholes. And I will make that very clear. You got to teach your kid not to be an asshole. And if you have asshole parents, you're going to have asshole kids usually. So, that aside,
Yep.
it teaches work ethics. Because how many jobs do you go to that don't have some kind of uniform? Other than factories,
Yep.
most jobs have some form of a uniform. You have to be in a particular dress code. I see that as preparation for the real world. You better get used to it, because now we have these fucking Starbucks employees forming a union. We didn't get a say in the uniform. Fuck you. It's the company's
Right.
say, not
Right.
yours. Like,
Yep.
I agree with dress codes because it teaches you to be prepared for the future. Absolutely. I support dress codes.
Hmm.
And kids are going to be assholes for any reason, so that's a stupid reason to pitch it. You want to pitch it to parents. Don't pitch it as to lessen bullying, because they're going to come back at you and say you lied. Pitch it as a preparation for the real world. Plain
Right.
and simple. Parents will accept it.
Right.
And Japan really
I
does prep their kids for the real world.
Yes, they do. It is almost 10 to 5, so
Let me throw that
uh,
video up that you wanted.
hold up. There's one I'm sending you just now. I'd rather you play that one and then play the last video, and then we'll end it for today.
Okay.
Uh,
One moment.
and so,
Well, I
yeah,
pull
so
these up. I
again,
got to
as a
save the one
reminder-
video to put it up.
Why are
So
New
if
Yorkers
you haven't-
carrying dogs in IKEA?
Sorry.
If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to go up to the Discord, click yes that you want to participate in the giveaway that we're going to have on Monday.
Mhm.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, and set your notifications, please. All right. So this I thought was an extremely entertaining one for you.
Okay.
Why are New Yorkers carrying dogs in IKEA shopping bags? It's not a weird new trend, it's actually because of a hilarious legal loophole. The city banned dogs on the subway unless they're in a bag. Easy for small pups. But stubborn New Yorkers quickly found a loophole. The rule never mentioned a size limit. The unwritten rule became clear. If your dog fits in a bag, it rides the subway, even if it's massive. Suddenly, pet owners got incredibly creative. You started seeing 80-pound dogs stuffed into hiking backpacks, and massive pups chilling in heavy-duty grocery bags with custom leg holes. It turned a boring transit policy into the greatest daily dog show on earth. Why are New Yorkers...
Sharon.
Yep. That is actually a brilliant. And this is where necessity is the mother of innovation. And they weren't joking with that statement.
Uh-huh.
People get creative when they have to find a way.
And again, there's always no matter what you put out there, there's always somebody that's going to be able to find a loophole. And
Oh,
no
yeah.
matter if you think you have all your bases covered,
Yep.
right?
Go ahead, cover your bases.
I
Watch what's going
I
to
like
happen next.
I like the dog that was with the yarmulke and the scarf on. I thought that was adorable.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I got to pause this and then move it over so people can watch it because it's not going to play through the player. The next one you want.
Okay.
I got to really quick kind of do something. So hold on a second while I figure this out. Let me see if I can do it this way for the last video.
Oh, EJ, you're a lifesaver, baby. I love you.
Oh, I found it.
Okay, hold on. I just got hand delivered a burger with fries, homemade. Oh my God! Now I don't have to get up. I don't have to get up and cook dinner. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna end on this. I'm very disturbed. Well, he did turn one, so I guess it is applicable, and he is in the work van, by the way. So yeah.
Does the workers' insurance cover this? The car insurance
I
for
don't
the
know.
company?
I'm gonna have to check immediately tomorrow. I will get online with our insurance carrier.
But I will tell you, my dad used to do this with us kids. Let us sit in his lap and pretend to, well, actually steer once we got a little bit older. But when we were younger, we thought we were steering, and he actually had control. So
I spent a half an hour this morning trying to put together a plastic toy with cars and balls that you hit to come down ramps and all of this. It's a cute thing. The balls light up. There's a hammer. There's magnetic cars. If you could have seen Dumbass trying to follow the directions, yeah,
why give him
And
that when you could just mount a car steering wheel onto a board and let him have fun?
And after I got it put together, do you think there was any interest?
Nope, not at all.
Nope. No, absolutely not.
Yep, absolutely not is correct because, kids are that way. They're always that way.
Yep.
Oh, JJ put D is very disturbed and hungry. Have a good meal, D.
Thanks, JJ. You have a good day at work, too.
Yes, do have a safe day at work.
Yeah. Thank you for helping your mother. When I initially saw your comment, I didn't have my glasses on, and I thought I read that you said you helped your mother with her homework. I just started cracking up in my head going, oh, you better reread this. I don't think he meant homework.
And Blue says too cute. We haven't even hit play yet, but yes, he's adorable. And yes, helping your mother is always a good thing. It is. So let's hit play, watch him drive, and then talk about how we'll critique his driving skills. Okay?
Yes.
There we go. We're going to critique this. I want to see this. I love little guy.
Yeah, ready?
Aww.
It's not long enough. We got to get a longer video.
Well, I can play it again. I mean, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I want to see him actually. It appears to be he's listening to the instructions at least.
Yeah.
His hands are almost perfect on the steering wheel. Isn't it fascinating how he already knows to grip the steering wheel? That's what repetition does for children.
And they see the parents doing it, so they mock what the parents are doing. Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Monkeys. Yep, little monkeys.
Yep.
So, we're going to end the show on that note. We are a little bit early. It is 4:56 Eastern Standard Time, but we still have to get in there with the broom and the shovel and clean out the vault so that we can make way for the new year upcoming. And join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. We'll be live. And with that, I'm done, Crazy Bee. I'm going to go eat.
Yep. 1 second. I'm just adding this last link to the show notes. I think I removed all the link trackers. Hold on. Oh, we didn't even cover everything today. Hold on. Let me remove what we did not cover, and we will go from there. There we go. All right. And then save that, and we'll pick up where we left off yesterday. All right, that has been saved. And so with that, y'all get to stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. You know, the whole spewel that I put out all the time. And we will just kind of go from there and see how things go. And hopefully we'll have, well, we actually already have stuff for tomorrow. You can see it in the list. And that way, well, they can't see the list, but I can absolutely see the list. And I accidentally deleted one of the links that I needed to put in there. My bad. One moment. But I apologize. My brain's kind of short-circuited today. But yes, so absolutely, y'all have fun, and we will be back tomorrow.
All right, everybody, have a good evening, have a good night, and we'll catch you at 7.
Sounds like a plan.